Hello, friends. Welcome to this class, the last class of the series. Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for joining your precious holiday time. Thank you for joining today. Let's start with a prayer to the Supreme God, to my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the saints, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and all the great ones. We humbly invoke for your divine guidance, divine love, divine blessings, for illumination, for divine oneness, divine bliss, divine help, divine health, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith. So be it. So, how are things with everybody? How is the... Let me just unmute you. So, how are things with everybody? How was your day going? And then how was your week last week? How was
It
your
was awesome.
practice sessions going on? Were you able to apply any of these things?
Yeah, I applied yesterday on Siddha Anjuya,
Oh, good, good, good.
especially with my father-in-law. It was very. I can't talk to him. But yesterday, with some lot of courage, there are some things to be uh, spoken to him for the Jaipur home. Yeah. So somehow I managed to take the courage, come out of the comfort zone, and 1 hour I would have spoken to him.
Good, good, good. Very nice. So basically, what I also wanted to take some questions today and also help us maybe revise to some extent some things that we have to keep in mind when we are working on our concepts. First thing is, see, as long as we are in duality, right? As long as we are taking sides. As long as we are taking sides, this is good, this is bad. He is right, she is wrong. As long as we are constantly doing that, we will always have something or the other to battle. We will always keep having triggers. And we don't have just one cage, we have nested cages inside each other. Let's say we have a belief system. To conflict that, we have another belief system. We don't even know it exists because we have led so many different lives, and we have had nested belief systems. And it's the job of the universe to bring it out in a certain order so that we can slowly remove it. It's like, imagine there is a huge knot of a thread. You know how difficult it is to untangle that, no? It is like that. Our energies are also knotted like that inside. And we don't know how to unknot it. So, for that to be removed, the universe keeps bringing us experiences to train us to release it in that way. So, when it is constantly coming out like that through the triggers, so triggers are assisting God to untangle those knots. Okay, so hence it is important for us to trust our experiences, that it is coming to help us to release some of it. It is actually not quite a release, it is more of when we say we are accepting that it is inside us, that limited thought. Why is it? It's like no thought is sort of limited. Because God encompasses everything, right? Whether it is a good thought, bad thought, all kinds of thoughts. But from when God generated those thoughts, it was not good, bad. But then we categorized it as good, bad. So in this journey, what we are learning to do is to remove the categorization of good and bad. But that is still there within us, which is why there is an acceptance that we are bringing. When we say accept, what does it mean? I acknowledge it. Rather, I give it permission to stay within me without a categorization, which means I am becoming, if I have to become that, if I have to merge with God, and let's say that self-realization that I am God has to come, obviously, whatever at that point is within me should be like accepted completely as divine. So if today, let's say there is God and he says that, okay, I don't like some parts of me, I don't like some parts of me, then where is the question of that God essence in that, right? So which means if I am ready to be that God, I should be also ready to embrace everything around me, inside me, around, everywhere. That embracing everything should come. That attitude should come. So when I'm embracing or when I'm accepting even the negative aspects of what I have, that much more God I became. And I said, I'm ready to become that God, to overlook my issues and remove the categorization of that badness or goodness. It is just there within me because I'm that God. I accept that, yes, even though it is there within me, I'm God. That acceptance is coming because you want to eventually experience God, right? So what does it mean to eventually experience the God within you? That whatever you are at that moment, you are accepting. That is the meaning of actually acceptance. So hence, that acceptance when we are bringing, all of this is anyway happening. So hence, we cannot say, I don't like this, I like this. Those preferences that we have, many times we can't control our preferences. It's so deeply ingrained within us. So hence, this journey is very slow because our ego cannot take that shock treatment of removing. So inside us, whatever that low feeling that we have is because of the categorization of I like this, I don't like this. If I am the only one in my universe, if I am the only creator in my universe, then obviously I can't say, oh, I created this, but I don't like it. I created that, but I don't like it. I should be able to like everything because when I created it, I actually liked it only and created it. Creation, मैं बाद में दे दूंगी. नहीं हुआ पूरा.
हाँ नहीं सर फिर मिशन हो गया
मिशन, एक मिनट, 1 minute. Sorry about this. My maid was asking something. I had to go. So basically, what I'm saying is these energies, we are not actually releasing those energies. We are accepting that they are there, but I created it. I love it. It's mine. There's nothing wrong with it. Those kinds of feelings we are actually bringing with acceptance. Okay. And what is getting released is actually that limited categorization that you had added to that which was already inside you. For example, let's say some sweets were got from a sweet shop. But then we categorize those sweets into I like this, I don't like this, those kinds of things. But the sweets were, when they were got from the shop, they didn't have any bad categorization. It was categorization with, sorry, it was brought with full faith, with full goodness. But then when we categorized it, it actually became somewhere bad, somewhere good, and all of that. So what we are actually going to a state is to become one with the state in which that sweets were bought, without adding that mirch masala or that masala of good, bad, and all of that. Okay. So that release that is happening is the good, bad part. So as soon as you say, I accept this within me, then you just have to just stay in that state, because you don't know when that state will, when that categorization will disappear from you. It will not go away because you suddenly now accepted it. That realization has come that yes, I accept and all that, but then it will not, the triggers will not stop coming until a certain point when God removes that categorization from you, because you accepted to let go of it. Understood? So that categorization God is removing after you're surrendering and say, okay, fine, I accept this. Chalo, now you remove that limited feeling whenever you want. I have surrendered it to you. It's more like that. For example, let's say you have a hate on somebody. Somehow that energy itself is like, when that person comes itself, you feel that hate. But you now, after attending the class and all that, now you know that hate feeling is coming majorly because you have that hate already within you. But will that go away? You're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable with that feeling. But will it go away? It will not go away. Just because you identified that it is within me, it will not go away. I think we've taken that, I've discussed this in many classes. It has to become from 100% hate, it has to become 90%, 60%, 50%, 40%, 10%, then only it will go. So until that time, you still have to stay with that acceptance state. It's like the energy, before you had built the energy of negativity, right? That categorization that I don't like, blah, 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 all of that. You had built a lot of energy around that. Now, slowly, as you continue to stay in that acceptance, irrespective of how many triggers are still coming to test you, again, he'll come in front of you, again, she'll come in front of you, again, you'll feel the hate. Again, remind yourself, oh, it is because of me, whatever I have inside. Again, it'll happen. Again, remind yourself, yeah, it is because I have that inside. You can't do anything more than acceptance in each and every moment. That's it. But as you come to acceptance, stay in that state. What you see, that surrender is more about, irrespective of whatever feelings happen within you. You become desperate, right? After a certain feeling, after a certain time, you'll be like, how long will this hate continue? How long will God keep testing me? All of that irritation, frustration will also come. Those are also like those nested beliefs, nested limited feelings that are getting released at that point. Until then, surrender will not come. That surrender will come until you like, let whatever may happen, I'm going to remain here because I've tried everything. I know this is my feeling, and then it will not go away. I have to wait. So when you're when you're ready to sit there in patience, then only you are what do you say, gathering that energy of surrender. You're gathering that energy of acceptance, and it has to become bigger and bigger and bigger to overcome your limited feelings. So it's not like you already have that limited feelings also inside you. You already have the divine feelings also inside you. Everything ever that is present in the cosmos is already within you. But what are you going to nourish to become that God, or to become nourished to become the demon? That is what is actually very important for you. Are you becoming the lowest version that God is expressing, or you're becoming the highest version that God is expressing? What do you want to become? What actually keeps you in that happy state? Because if you're constantly looking for happiness, then obviously you're looking for that highest state that God is expressing himself in. And that state, to achieve that state, you still have to go towards the way he is, towards his natural characteristics, where he accepts everything. See, he is there in all of us. Hasn't he accepted us the way we are? Our nature, our tendencies. Isn't he still sitting inside us, navigating us in all of those things? Isn't he patient enough with us? Even though this knowledge come, are we able to apply everything? All we have to do is just intention. Are we even intending it? Sometimes we don't even intend. So that kind of patience we have to develop. And then slowly, 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 that acceptance will come. And then only it will become 100%. And we have that urge in the transition period. We have that urge to make it go faster, to make it get over faster, to push it, to pull it, and all of that. Don't do it. Just stay in that state. Hold on with patience. It's like, imagine KEB has removed the current. Okay, summertime, typically summertime, KEB has removed the current and you are sweating. There is no electricity in the house. You're probably, okay, let's say you don't have UPS also. You are now having kerosene lamp or candles and this gas light and all of those things at home. And it is very hot. What can you do at that time? KEB obviously will not pick up their phone. So what will you do? Initially, you will curse. In the initial days of summer, you will curse. Cha, this KEB, they are like this, they are like that. All that, let's say, over. Now, current did not come. What will you do? Over a period of time, you will learn to surrender to the power. Whenever it comes, I have to still sit. I still have to study for my exams. I mean, life has to go on, kind of thing. So this is what is that patience. It will come when it has to come. And they are going to continue to do their duty of load shedding and all of those things. But you also have to just go on with your life, right? You still have to study for your exams. You still have to do whatever it is, maybe teach your children. Life has to still go on. You learn to accept that this is the way it is. Similarly, when certain things, especially things that are very stuck to very, very close relationships in your house, it is going to take longer. Things or triggers that you have from those people are going to take longer because the energies there are deeper. They are with you daily, showing their face and behaviors in front of you because you need frequent exposure. Only then the problems, you'll get better at problem solving, or you'll get better at practicing it from your perspective. So don't at that time look at a neighbor's house, or don't look at that time look at your relatives and see, oh, how nicely they are, how good they are, so well behaved they are, but my family only is like this. No, your family is designed to actually make you better, but others' families are not designed to make you better, which is why they are in the less exposing area. They are not exposed, you are not exposed to them very frequently. Who are you exposed to very frequently? People who have to show you your own problems and take you out of that limited feeling inch by inch, little by little by little in installments. Only then they are taking you to self-realization. They have a contract with you to help you to go towards self-realization. And in their reality, you have signed a contract. And in their lives, you will be going and then giving them their triggers. Everybody is having their own universes, their own bubbles. You can't see their universe, they can't see your universe. But what you are seeing is what you are meant to see for yourself. Okay? So hence, we are not releasing the we are not releasing the anger. We are not releasing frustration. We are not releasing any of those things. We are releasing the tag that is attached to that saying bad, good, or limited, and I like it, I don't like it. Those preferences we are actually releasing. It is also like an energy, which is like, let's say, it has wrapped that anger into, let's say, a pink coating or a red coating or something. Now, what you're removing is the red coating. Let's say, at the time when you are one with everything, you have anger inside you, you have frustration, you have irritation, you have joy, you have sadness, you have gratitude, you have everything inside you, but they are all looking the same. They all are just pure white light. They are not bothering you anymore because those tags have been removed. You're just seeing them the way they are. It's like if you look at a snake, you accept that a snake is meant to be like that. When you look at a rat, You see a rat and you just know that the rat is supposed to be like that. When you look at some other animal, a lion or a tiger, they're all different, right? You just look at them and you're not trying to change them. You're not trying to say this is snake is bad, lion is good, rat is bad, this is good, and all of that. You just look at them and then you're not tagging them. That is what we are doing as of now. That is the exercise that we are doing here. Okay. So, and how is this journey going? It's like this. Let's say you are in step number 1. Let's say we have to go to 10 steps till here to go to God's level. Let's say we have 10 steps. If you're in step number 1 currently, or step number 2, wherever you are, in step number 1, whatever energies are meant to be released will come up and show in front of you. And they'll be released. Why in step 1 those energies are released? Why not in step 2? Means in that level, those energies cannot hold on to, they cannot be in level 1. For example, let's say you are a child of, let's say 5 years or 6 years old. Can you sit in a second standard class and be able to understand what the teacher is saying? You're still a toddler. You can't sit in second standard and understand what the teacher is saying, be well behaved, listen to the teacher. All that you can't do, no? Which is why so certain things will have to go away from that class. So this 5-year child will have to leave the class because he's not meant to be in a second standard class. So everything whose energy cannot hold on in that area will have to be let go. Now, you come to step 2, whatever was below that cannot hang on to this point. They'll be released. Whatever was here, below this, you cannot hold on to it here. But you had it here. You enjoyed it here. You experienced it here. You became familiar with it here. But now the same thing, when you go here, you can't hold on to it. You have to release it. It will become a belief system that you need to let go of. Like this, as we keep going higher and higher and higher, every single belief system will have to be let go. There is not a single belief system. There will come a point when even the belief system that there is God also will have to be let go. Because you will become that person, you will become that essence. And you may not call yourself God. You are you. You are you. That's it. There is nothing more. There is no label called God also. So it will go somewhere to that level. And then there is nothingness there. Then there is void and so many other areas. So every single belief system that you hold yourself dear to today will no longer be with you in future. Everything will go. So before you actually stick to anything, remember that everything will be pulled out from inside of you. At some point, something will be going. Just be open to let it go. That's all. And as you keep going on in this journey higher and higher at a frequency level, your awareness is improving. As your awareness is improving, step 1, awareness improved. Step 2, more improved. Step 3, more improved. 4, like that, awareness is improving. Let's say my awareness is step 1, God. Step 2, God. Step 3, God. Then at 10th level, which is the ultimate thing, I'm already whole, complete God. That awareness of God and the awareness that I have in this physical body, mind, and whatever is same. There is no change. Then I'll behave like Krishna. When Krishna came in his avatar, right? He was that, it's like there was no difference between that God consciousness and him. He was expressing at that level. There was no difference. So that is what it means. So that ultimate is what we are actually reaching to. But before that, we'll have to become God at step 1, become God at step 2, by accepting, by displaying his qualities. All of that we are trying to do. We are self-realizing ourselves in installments. At one point, it will become 100%. Right? So here, let's say in step 1, on a daily basis, what are we doing? The only project we are doing is cleanup, releasing the limited feelings that we have. That is the only thing that we are doing. That's it. Every day, we are becoming true to ourselves and saying, yes, I accept this, I accept this, I accept this, I accept this. That is the only thing that we are doing. Are we doing anything else? We are not doing anything else. Triggers will come. Whatever you're feeling, you just accept that. There will be, oh, how should I deal with this situation? What should I say? What should I act? What should I do? All of these confusions will be there. But when you're at that time, you just do whatever you feel is right. Because that clarity also will start coming in better, and it will become better and better as you keep going on this path. But at this point, whatever you think you have to do, do. Just because somebody else is saying something else, you don't have to think that I am wrong. In your mind, whatever you think currently is your right thing. You don't have to look at what somebody else is saying. Oh, they are better than me. They are good. You don't have to think like that. For you, whatever feels right, that is what is meant for you. You do it. Tomorrow, that your right only will change. And you will have a perfectly good reason why you should act differently compared to what you did in the past, which is also okay. It's okay. Just go on like that. So let's say at some point you're not able to the clarity is not there, right? You're confused and the clarity is not there. It means that you're at an energy level. Let's say you're in some step 2. Knowledge is also coming, or knowledge has already come from step in whatever stages you are there. You're now in level, but still clarity is not there. So at that time, sit and do your chanting, connect to God. It's like saying, I don't have enough electricity to power on this particular instrument. I need more electricity, more charge is necessary. Then clarity will come. Otherwise, it will be dependent. It will be flickering like this. Flickering means there is neither darkness nor light. So that is where our mind is clouded, no clarity and all that. So at that time, remember to charge yourself. Yes, I have no clarity. I'm going to charge myself for as long as necessary. While you're charging itself, clarity will come. Remember that. Especially when you don't have clarity, you have to charge yourself. And of course, now classes are going on and all of that. You can come and ask questions. But over a period of time, your objective should be to just ask yourself questions and not depend on the answers that are coming from outside or some. I mean, generally, you should ask yourself questions and answers will somehow come to you. And don't wait for the answers. Your duty is to constantly keep charging yourself. That's all. Charge yourself. Wherever clarity is there, look at the triggers, accept those things. Wherever there is no clarity, charge yourself. So that's it. Life is very simple. And just keep enjoying your life. Do whatever you think is right. And just keep going. And let's say if you feel, yeah, I have to follow some of these, like I should be truthful, or I should be grateful, I should be this, I should be that. Whatever you feel you want to do, you do. Whatever you can't do, don't feel guilty about it. Because you may not have the charge or the awareness to basically be that. For now, you only have the knowledge. Yes, I should not be angry. Maybe a knowledge. But are you able to do that? Are you able to see anger in good light? No, you are not. Which means you still have to go to 2nd standard or 3rd standard. Their awareness will come. Automatically it will come. So charge yourself every single day so that you're not getting always discharge in every moment. Hence, I told on a daily basis, keep getting charged, whether the phone needs it or no, just keep charging everyday types. Because it's like we are like a cup which has a hole in the bottom. It will constantly keep getting discharged with our triggers and all the lifestyles and our lack of happiness and all of those things. It will keep getting discharged. But our duty is to constantly put the charge inside that. And if you keep putting the charge, the charges will overflow also, and then you will see the goodness in your life. You'll be able to apply with lots of clarity. Progress will be faster. But if you're not doing anything also, you will still be progressing, but at a slower pace. Which means you'll be at one point, maybe longer, it'll be like rubber band. But if you are doing it with awareness, you're doing like the chanting, you're doing your gratitude, and your all these practices also you're doing, and you're also accepting the triggers and all of that, then it will keep going on at a consistent pace, because once you pick up that momentum, it'll actually keep going faster and faster. So here the thing is not to be right all the time, to be perfect all the time. It's not. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to actually be right. You don't have to be succeeding all the time. But you should definitely be willing to give it a try every single time. Keep trying, keep chanting. Even if you can't do 10 minutes chanting, but definitely you are on your own, at least in some parts of your day. Keep chanting, cooking, during your potty, you're taking bath. If you forget, that's okay. If you're not forgetting, if you remember at some point, keep chanting. Anything that you feel connects you to God. And in all of the chanting, intend to be connected to that supreme behind that. Whether you think of Shiva, whether you think of Ganesha, whether you think of Jesus, whether you think of Allah, whatever you think of, there is only one supreme behind everything, or Ho'oponopono for that matter, anything, any chant. Just think of connecting to that supreme. Yeah, when I chant this, I'm actually intending to think of that supreme. I'm connecting to that supreme. Just make an intention and just start chanting. Every time you don't have to make an intention also. It's like you know it. Yeah, if I start chanting, I know that I'm connecting to him. That's enough. That's enough. Every time it's not like, oh, I have to do these rituals, I have to talk about this. It's okay. Don't think like that. Life is very simple. Imagine you're the God of your own universe. If you think, that's more than enough. You're just letting go of all the things that you think that you're not God. That's all. Everything is already there. It's like you're like a king who thinks that he's a beggar. You're sitting on a stash of gold or riches. You're sitting on that. But actually, you don't know it. So the whole point is to make you aware that you're sitting on the riches. And helping ourselves to stop acting like a beggar and feeling that lack. Oh my God, I don't have food to eat. I don't have this. I don't have clothes. I don't have money. All of that we think, but we are actually sitting on a pile of riches. So we have to consistently keep doing this. So all the lack will go. And then don't get caught up in day-to-day issues. Don't get caught up. Think that it's all the energy that is currently there, which is giving you these experiences. And you stay focused on what you can apply, wherever you can apply, wherever you can't apply. It can be like a critical situation. Somebody like your husband's job is lost or whatever, some critical situation. Somebody is in the hospital, somebody is in the ICU. Like you have to do something. That kind of situation will feel. See, Maya is like that one. If you need to be tested in like this situation, then you are getting tested in that kind of situation. Crisis kind of situation. But there is no crisis situation. You feel there is crisis, but there is actually no crisis. Still take that also as a trigger. Calm down. If you're not able to calm down, sit and chant for some time. Intend that, help me see. See, why do we chant? We don't chant to make situation go away, issue go away, people to live. Oh, they are dying. I need to make them live. Let me chant. No, I don't have a job. Let me chant. No, it is not like that. Chanting is not done for getting something. Chanting is done to get clarity. Oh my God, God is giving me these experiences. It has to be for a good reason. But I am not able to see that reason. I'm not able to get clarity behind his work. So the chanting is done to raise our awareness, because once we raise our awareness, automatically we'll start thinking like him. we'll start behaving like him. So that clarity will come. So here we chant not for getting whatever our mind wants, our ego wants. That panic and all of that that ego creates is not, we are not going to dance to that. We are going to get clarity. That is why even in our Navratri, right? Durga, when you look at Durga, Durga is sitting on top of a lion. What does it mean? Lion is our animal instincts that we have. Ego, I like this, I don't like this, run away from this, run away from that. Animals, like the animalistic mentality that we have, the egoistic mentality that we have, they are like animal tendencies we have. So when Durga is sitting on top of the lion, it means that our divine self has to sit on top of the animal self that we already have. It is not that something else. It is actually a very symbolic. All festivals, gods and whatever forms and shapes and everything that they have is always symbolic. And all of the weapons and other things that they have is to constantly be alert, to constantly be aware of which will come and hidden from which demon from inside us only is going to come and then take over us. All of the demon stuff is already inside us. As soon as we become self-realized, do you think that all the wickedness in us or all those limitedness in us has gone away? No, it has not gone away. It is still inside you, but they are all suppressed. They are all in the place where they are supposed to be, under Durga. Understood? So everything, even till the nth moment, even till the nth stage, even when you are like saints, you have self-realized, you have attained samadhi, you've done everything, but you're still having the animal instincts within you only, may not be getting triggered so fast. That's it. That is the only difference. Today, you're getting triggered very fast, which means if somebody, rather, the reactive mentality is very high, there the responsive mentality will be better. The control on the control on your divine self, being the divine self is far greater than being the animal self. That's all is the difference. There also, we still have all of that. It's not like we are going to change at all. That is why I think even in our scriptures and all, when we look at the stories, we will see some god or the other making some mistake and something or the other stories will keep saying, like Indra became very angry, all of that they say. The mind, our own sense organs, Indra and all means Indriyas, our own sense organs. It was not in control. It all means, so all of these are subtle meanings. So all that we have to remember is we have to keep doing our work, to keep raising our vibration, so that clarity is always at its best. And even after doing all of this also, there will be something where there is no clarity. Because in every single level, there will be some parts that you already have achieved full control. There will be some parts which will be still newly coming to you, getting exposed to you. You'll not be good at that because that is the very first time you're getting exposed to your own nature in some situation. There, the clarity will be initially very, very difficult. It will not be there. So it's okay. Patience. Yesterday, I had so much of clarity. Today, I don't have clarity. Don't think like that. Just, even in my case, let's say I'm constantly working on this, talking, working, like it's always in my head. But even for me also, there are moments where there is no clarity. At that time, I also do the same thing. Even I go sit and chant. Or I stand and chat. If I'm still cooking, cooking has to be done. I can't go suddenly, oh, I need clarity. I can't go sit and then start chanting. No. When you're chopping vegetables, then only there also you can sit and chant. But intention, okay, yeah, I'm not getting clarity as to how to handle situation, but it's disturbing me. Situation is disturbing me. But we have to wait till the charge comes. So charge, patiently charge. You want to use your phone, but the phone is dead. What can you do about it? You have to patiently wait for the phone to charge, no, until you make your next call. It's like that. Right? So patience really is very important on this journey. Like I told, even after you do acceptance, it will keep coming. You have to wait patiently until that energy builds. So even here, when you're chanting, energy will build. It's all an energy game. You have to allow the energies that are necessary to build up what you built up in the past, where now, if it is not necessary, those have to also reduce. No, it is like Durga has to go fight that Bhandasur. Bhandasur is the arrogance, that rigidity that we have, rigidity for preferences that we have. If Mata Tripura Sundari or Lalita Tripura Sundari has to kill Bhandasur, she had to go through different demons, and only then Bhandasur came forward. Because before Bhandasur is killed, so many other nested demons are also there inside us. Ignorance and this and that and confusions and so many other things are there. Desires, likes and dislikes. All of those things have to be chopped off before the final ego, which is your bhand, your I-ness has to go. Means, so that was the journey that was depicted in Durga Saptashati and all of those kinds of things. So it's like a stage by stage thing. So Lalita herself could not directly go to the king of all of that, which was ego itself. She had to kill the small ones and then get to the bigger one. So it is a journey within us. So be patient, it'll all be okay. And don't forget to charge yourself. It is important that in any stage, there will be some parts where you will not have clarity. There will be some areas of your life where you will have full clarity. You will be able to apply very well. All of that will be there. Okay. So now let me start taking the questions. Okay. First one is Deepti's question. Yeah. She has mentioned that oh, sorry, I went off somewhere else. So apparently she says that her parents were fighting and she wanted to be taking a neutral stand. And later on, I think they were asking her to support, or they asked for her opinion or something. And then she came and then she told that maybe she supported her father, or she was... so her mother got angry that she doesn't support. So she was asking, what should I be doing in such situation? See, it's... who is the learner here? You are the learner. They both are the triggers, right? Whether, as long as we take sides, as long as we have an intention to say, yes, my father is right, yes, my mother is right, because we are actually in the flow of the moment, in the feel of the moment. Yes, what he's saying is right, what she's saying is wrong. But instead, step back and just look at them as more like triggers. Okay, what is this entire situation? These two people are fighting. Is it disturbing me? We typically think that parents should not fight with each other. The very fact that they're fighting with each other, having conflicts itself disturbs the children. Even not only, it disturbs even teenagers for that matter. They will say, please don't argue with each other. Or even if you argue, don't argue in front of us. They will come and tell, many children will come and tell that. So even when we are older people like this, we still have that feeling that our parents should not fight. Aren't they human beings? Don't they have differences? Maybe they don't know how to have a healthy argument between each other. We don't, each couples are different. So first of all, the trigger there is their fighting with each other is actually bothering me. That's all is the trigger. Who's right, who's wrong? So first you have to identify that, oh, there is a disturbance when people I love fight with each other. There is a disturbance from inside me. I want to make it go away and I want to bring back that harmony. My ego depends on that harmony to be calm. Now that harmony is not there. Hence that ego is getting disturbed. And what it wants to somehow stop that fight. So it will see, okay, who should I support? Who should I think is right? And then let's say at that time you will say your father is right. Do you think that the fight will stop? No. You just went and tried to get what your ego wants, which is to bring harmony in your own way. That is all but tomorrow, it's like, I think I gave those stages, right? Initially, you will go and try to handle the situation. You will tell something and then you will expect them to follow something. That is initial stage. After that, you will tell them something, but you will not expect them to follow. You'll just let go of that outcome. After that, you will think about it in your mind. My father is right. My father is right. I wish my mother had not told all these things. It is still there in your mind. A judgment side, taking sides is still happening in your mind, but maybe you will not go and tell them about it. Later on, there will come a stage where you will not even bother who's right, who's wrong. You'll just look at them as two children fighting with each other. Whether somebody is right, whether somebody is wrong does not make a difference to you, because now their fighting really is not bothering you at all. So always ask yourself, why is this disturbing me? And if I'm acting out of something, what are those actions? Why am I even acting here? What is my purpose? What does my ego want? When I'm doing something, what does my ego want? Does it have any expectation of outcomes? Is it expecting to do something? Rather, is it expecting that this fight has to stop and all that? At that moment, you may not have time to think about all these things. It will still be on fire. I understand. But at least think about it after that. Today, let's say your mother is angry and she got angry, and relationship will not anyway disappear. It will still be there tomorrow also. So why? Because practice sessions are needed. They'll not disappear from our life immediately. So tomorrow, again, you'll get time to practice. Typically, they'll not fight the next day, because now you're all ready and prepared and all notes and all have been taken. And you're like, when this happens, I'll do this. Then typically, it will not come. Universe is very smart. It will catch you off guard. Next time, you'll forget whatever you've written. You forget whatever you've planned. At that moment, again, they'll start fighting. So it is like that. You have to sort of remember, again, practice like this only will happen. Tests come only when you are actually least prepared for it, because it has to become your second nature, no? It's not like you just mugged up everything and then go and write your exams. That is not the right thing. The right thing is you should have practiced so much that even when they ask you in your sleep, you should be able to do that. That is true exam. So until that happens, you will constantly get practice sessions. But Deepti, in your case, this is what I personally believe, that as such, if you had supported your mother, your father would have got angry. So there is no solution to this. The only solution is your learning. Keep reading those 5 stages of acceptance. It will work in this way. Just see where you are. Oh, I'm still in stage 1. Okay, yeah. Although I know that I have to do these 5th stage also, you won't be there, because when you're caught off guard like this, you may still be displaying stage 1 only. That is your stage. You can't say no to it. You just have to accept that, oh, I'm still here. Okay, fine, I'll accept it. I know that this is going to be the way I'm going to respond or react. It's okay. It will take its time. It will take its time. It is like a caterpillar that has to become a butterfly. Every single thing inside us has to become a butterfly. It will take that journey. We can't rush the process. Okay, any doubts, Deepti?
No, I completely agree.
Okay, great. Thank you.
This is wonderful. I was a bit confused, and I was also trying to get everything in harmony, which
Yes.
backfired.
You're not, we are all in that kind of position, because as long as we are in that stage 1 of all of these acceptances, right, in many parts of our lives, we will try to go and fix the situation. It is natural. Like I said, in every stage, there will be something where you will not have clarity, or you will not have that 100% acceptance. There your ego will keep doing its best to go and then get its harmony back. It is what the ego is designed to do.
Thank you.
Okay, then Roshni. So I think you were saying that your apartment sort of was falling apart. And we are staying in this 50-year-old apartment. And how is it possible for me to clean so that we can shift this apartment or committee people or something? See, it is, first of all, you have to accept that there is fear. The fear that something will happen to our house also, and something, and I maybe may not have been prepared enough for that, either financially, or we may not get a immediate apartment available to buy. So it is like that uncertainty and lack of preparedness that you are worried about. But are you the one who's really planning all these things? That is what you have to think. Bhagwan jab chahenge, it will anyway happen. If he wants me to live in this broken bangla, or let's say partially broken bangla, yeah, so be it. Because everybody doesn't want to live here. Given a preference, I won't live here. Which is why I need to let go of that preference. Because I prefer to be in a, let's say, a stable bangla. But he is not the one who's going to bring one earthquake there and then put you into a debris or something. If he had done that, then he would have done that long back also. So we have to trust that I need to bring in acceptance and think that this is a divine place right now. And then when that acceptance comes 100%, then it will come. I told you, right? I don't know whether I've shared this. I was in a joint family for about 18 years. Even now I'm in a joint family, but we are in different floors. My in-laws, my co-sister, and we are in different floors. So in this very same place, we had an old building, duplex kind of house. So my in-laws were living in the downstairs, same inside staircase, and then we were having a room upstairs and all of that. And my sisters were they were living in Canada and US. They are still there. And then my co-sister also, they had a different thing. So we are elders in the house, and we used to be with our in-laws. So, but right from my younger days of marriage, after seeing so many movies and all that, I used to always want to live an independent life, a neutral family kind of life. Sorry, what is it called? A nuclear family kind of life, without having in-laws and all of that. Plus, I have gone through a lot of triggers from my in-laws. So it took a long time for me to heal, but it had not completely healed, but I had already started working on surrender and all of those things. So at that time, I used to still feel that I need to get out of this house. We need to have a separate place for us, me and my kids, because here I'm there. My in-laws meddle with raising our children. So many other disturbances in my mind only I had. Then whatever plan or whatever we thought, it used to be like a dead end. And the only solution was to stay in this house. And I was still not having a mindset to accept this house. Because I used to see broken walls. I used to see that I don't have light enough to take pictures for my Instagram. So many other reasons I used to have. And there is only one room. Kids should have a room. Something like this. I used to have something or the other. It did not come at all because I constantly only looked at faults. But one day what happened, I went to a friend's house. For the first time. They were living in an apartment complex, a nuclear family. And whatever I saw in their house, it was like a normal house. But for me, something and all I saw. Maybe I had to see that. See, it is all about the awareness God gives, right? Maybe on any other day, I would have seen something else. But on that day, I saw some dirt in their house, or I saw things that were, my in-laws are very, very particular about hygiene, or they are very particular about the way we eat. If you come from, I come from a Brahmin family, so there are lots of these rituals for the way things have to be kept, the way food has to be cooked, and so many other things also, how things have to be cleaned. All of that, there's a lot of stuff. But in their house, none of those things were followed. And somehow that actually triggered within me the gratitude mindset of how much my in-laws have actually taught me, which I've totally not seen. And I thought that although I did not live in a nuclear family, my house was quite spacious enough, quite nicely it was there and comfortable. Even though that was not a nuclear setup, not an independent family, not an apartment setup and all, somehow even in this, it sort of made me become aware of how much I actually had, even though in the same position, I thought I did not have. It's just that shift in mindset happened. Did I plan that? Did I know that when I go there, all this will happen? I didn't plan it. This is where this is universe's plan to help us go through changes or evolution and all of that. And at that kind of awareness came, I was super grateful to be here. And the thought of even getting out from that house actually went up. And immediately what happened in the next 1 month, my in-laws were planning to sell this house and build this multi-floored building so that we can all live in the same building. They were thinking what we had, it was not possible because it was a very old building. It's like the walls and all were peeling off and those kinds of things. And it was, and they wanted money, right? So they wanted to sell another property that they had, and nobody was willing to buy that because it was in the outskirts of Bangalore, slightly remote at that time. But you know what? They got a buyer. They got a buyer within 1 month of me getting into that acceptance stage. It's all happening in my reality. So once I came into acceptance, that buyer came, and he was such a buyer that he actually paid some 96 lakhs in white. In white, and because we clearly had told no black. So he gave us in white, and then it was all very transparent. And there were other things also that came, other challenges also that came after, during the registration and all of that. That also through surrender only, that also we handled. So what I'm saying is, you have to come to that acceptance. Like, this is the best place to live kind of thing. Where you have no thought of even getting out from that place. That even when single iota of thought is not there, that I want to go away from here. If you come to that state, what you actually want will automatically come to you. Because God knows what is your deepest desire, which you already had, he thinks that you'll be very happy with. But you need to let that go off first for you to actually for that to come to you. I think we saw that in some quote also, right? If you want something badly, you need to also be getting to a genuine state of not wanting it. It's very important. How do we get to that state is a journey by itself. How much you have to talk to your mind, right, for that. And it's not just about talking. It's a genuine feeling that has to come. And it's a journey to get to that genuine state. For that, you need to accept that your fear is what is actually giving you this problem. It's not the apartment itself. Apartment is also a POSC. It's wanting to show you all of the balconies falling and all that, is trying to show you that your insecurities, your uncertainties, and your fear is just coming to light. With respect to a building, with respect to a shelter. Okay? Yeah, thanks, Roshni.
Thank you, Smita.
Yeah, thank you. So, somebody says, I need your advice. Every day I set an intention not to eat chocolate or any sugary food. Is it the same it is me who indulges later in the day? How am I to work on this? See, it's whether somebody else might come and talk about pickles also. I love pickles, but I don't want to eat pickles because let's say somebody has told that I'll get ulcers after eating pickles, so many pickles. So I should not be eating so many pickles. It's not very good for health. So I need to quit, but I end up eating pickle every day. So it is actually not about the chocolate. It is not about the pickle. It is not about even carrots. It's not about apples. It's not about bananas. It's actually just a POSC. All of those things are just a POSC for you to say that I am attached to a certain food. I'm attached to a certain way of filling my feeling of lack. It's just a feeling of lack. I want to go fill that lack with something. And that lack is not actually about food. It is about something that you have not done with your life to make yourself satisfied. One way to you can go fix that. You can try to go fix that by, let's say, going and let's say you like coloring, you like painting. That's mostly like a distraction. You can go do that, but then again and again, you'll still keep thinking about chocolate. But what is a real way to fix it is to accept that you have, it's like you have to accept that I'm going towards chocolate, not because the chocolate is calling me, not because I love chocolates or something. It is because I have that lack feeling inside me. So every time you eat the chocolate, just say that it's because of the lack feeling that I have inside me. It's not actually about the chocolate. It's about that acceptance that you're building inside you. It was not about the chocolate. It is about the acceptance. And then why are you running away from chocolate? If it was your regular rice or something like that, would you run away from that? You wouldn't have run away, right? So why is it that you're trying to run away from a chocolate even though you're eating it every day? It is because there is a belief system inside you that chocolate is bad. Or that sugary item, processed sugar, whatever it is there, it's bad. Which is why you are having a lack, and you also have a nested belief system that it is bad. So you're trying to go, you're trying to come back, you're trying to go, so it is just remember that these are triggers, that's all. And then even when you eat it, stop blaming the chocolate. Recognize that these are the belief systems that you have inside you. That is one thing. So let that acceptance continue to, settle inside you, that it is actually, the chocolate is helping me understand this gap. But you'll also have this feeling that, oh my God, what if I continue to keep eating like this? What if I continue? I told you, right? Sometime back, I told you, until you come to that 100% acceptance, there will be that urge for you to remove that from inside your life. That hate example I gave you, right? You want to remove that hate. Similarly here also. Yes, acceptance, I'm accepting. But what if I'm constantly eating like this every day? You're still in the same feeling. Acceptance is not there. So it takes time for you to come to that 100% acceptance, right? At that time, you might still continue to eat it. So every time you eat it, remind yourself that it is not the chocolate. It is actually showing you that it is your lack feeling and the blaming of chocolate, that labeling that you have with chocolate. The bad, chocolate is bad, sugar is bad, all that bad that we have inside me, that has to go removed. So it's okay. It is not bad. It is showing me. You eat that piece of chocolate. You'll at least have a strong conviction to keep using that as a practice to remove it from your life. If you had to die, you would have died long back. If you had to fall sick, you would have fallen sick long back. Everything is coming to you for a reason. It is all planned. Your sickness is also planned only. Your death is also planned only. Just because you think chocolate is going to hurt you doesn't mean it's actually going to hurt you. It might just teach you a lesson about, it might just show you lack and acceptance and all of that. It may not do anything more than that. But your belief that it is bad is actually going to harm you, because you're going to create a lot more energy of stickingness with it inside it. So use that and then come to acceptance, come to terms with that chocolate. It's the same. See, today it is chocolate. It can be something else it's not even food. It can be TV. Any addiction for that matter is actually showing you your own feeling of lack, your own feeling of, I don't like this feeling inside me kind of attitude. I don't like this inside me. That's why I'll go fill it with chocolate. It's there for everybody. At different levels, it will be there. You may have a craving for chocolate. You may have a craving for banana. You may have a craving for, let's say, apple. It doesn't mean that craving for apple is better than craving for chocolate. It is still the same feeling only. You just tried to avoid chocolate and then you went to banana. That's all. It's just a glorified addiction. That's all. You still have it. Unless we come to acceptance that I'm eating the banana, not because banana is sweet, banana is tasty. It is because banana is showing me that I have this feeling inside me. So once you have to Like that acceptance has to come in. Every time you eat the chocolate, let that hate and other things that you have inside you be acknowledged. And you can also say gratitude for the chocolate. You can also thank the chocolate for showing you that trigger. You bring in all of those positive feelings when you're doing that. It will definitely go away. It will definitely go away. To bring a lot more clarity at that time, you can also do chanting and all of those things. If you are already on the nature cure path or any of the plant-based kind of path, you may have belief systems. We are all on our health related journeys. When we are all on our health related journeys, we will come across a lot of talks in our life where we label things as good and bad. It is very important to understand that they will have to disappear from your life at some point in this journey. Belief systems will drop. Maybe today is the time where you'll be dropping all those bad feelings. And I am a practitioner. Imagine how strongly I had all these things. I still have clients. I still help them with their diseases and all of those things. Imagine how much of internal conflict I would have had on this journey to come to this point. And I suffered in my own body with respect to many of the foods where I labeled them as bad. It is a journey. It's okay. But it is a point where I told in the beginning of this class that you have to bring light to everything in the cosmos and embrace everything inside you like you are the mother of the cosmos, without labeling them as this child of mine is bad and that child of mine is good. You should stop labeling like that. Until that label goes from the chocolate, this issue will not go. As long as you keep looking at the chocolate as God, coming to show you your limited feelings, no? Look at that like Durga, or look at that whoever is the God that you like. Think of that chocolate as that kind of God coming to show you your own triggers, that limited feelings that you have. And then stay with that and then be okay. Fine, I'm going to keep accepting. Even if I have to eat it maybe another 5 times. It will go. We are in a hurry to basically take away from our lives, right? That will not make it go away. We need to let go of that urge to make this go faster. It will not happen. I can definitely tell you in different ways, like the way we followed, like juices, this, that, and all that. If it is not your journey, I don't think I should be advising all of those things. It's okay. Wherever you are, stay with that. And then, because even though we take if we take physical help to get on this journey, that will also become a crutch over a period of time. We have to go to the mental journey at some point where we don't label things as good and bad. It is necessary. Even though the journey is slow, it's okay. Let's do the right thing by accepting that it's the limitation that has to go. It is not actually the object itself. The object itself is not bad. It's your labeling it as bad is bad. You remove the label, the same chocolate will not bother you at all. And you'll not have an addiction for chocolate also. Trust me, it works. It is necessary that it actually comes to that stage. Even if it takes, let's say, 6 months, so be it. Stay with it. And every time your mind says, I don't know what's going to happen. What if you get diabetes tomorrow? All that ideas are going to keep coming in the transition period till you get to 100%. Something or the other will come and then try to imbalance you. But stay with that journey. Be patient. Okay? But if you're already on the natural lifestyle and all, you can maybe drink some juices and all of those things. The more you have natural sweetness inside you, many of these cravings will go, but it will come back because you have just postponed this release of limitation. It is going to come back. You've just postponed it. If you're trying to fix a problem with external means, it is not going to go away. I think recently I met a cancer survivor who I had worked with. It's been more than 3-4 years, but 1 year that person was 100% juice. And he was talking about his crave. For the first time, I met him in person, and then he was telling me how the cravings were and all of that. So he was saying he was living alone in his home when he was going through this healing part, and it was a very gruesome experience, I should say, because it's not easy to release all of that cancerous detoxing and all of that. It's not easy. It is like a tapasya. It is like a penance by itself, if you ask me. So he was going through these things, and he was telling that he did not even actually remember what he ate in his childhood. He didn't remember anything. If you ask me today what I ate in my childhood, I'll probably just say, yeah, lemon rice and maybe something that I like what my mother makes. I would probably just name a few. But let's say there is something that I really liked in that childhood, but I don't even know at this time in my current adult stage. When the detox happens, when the cravings happen at that time, because he's now on a detox journey and all of that, he was telling me that he suddenly had a memory of some food that he had eaten in some agricultural land where his grandmother used to bring to that plot some food, and then he remembered that. And when he remembered that, he also remembered how that feelings were when he ate that, and all of those things were actually coming out. And obviously, in his current hometown, in a city life, where will he get all that food? He'll not get that food. Plus, he's alone and all of that. No wife, nothing. So obviously, nothing is available. So he stayed with that thought. Maybe if there was some other thought, you maybe would have gone and eaten something. But let's say in his case, there was no availability. So he had to stay with that thought. His mouth was watering. There was all of these sensations in the body of like wanting to eat and all of that, but there was no choice to eat it. So he didn't eat it. But he says that as I continue to stay with that, accept that, it went away. And he no longer has a craving for that. Like this, many things came, many things went. There was no cook in his house. There was nobody. He had to do this alone. So either way, there was no choice for him to do. I think he was very lucky because there was no option given, for that matter. If we had an option in front of us, that's another journey. But then he didn't have any option. So obviously, he has no cravings anymore. And he has healed and all of that. And now he's still on juices and fruits only. That was his, whatever his choice. He said he tried spices and all. It took 2 years for all of those flavors to go. When he tasted those foods again later with those spices and all that, but he didn't like them anymore. He thought that if he eats it, he'll like it, but he didn't like it anymore. So what is the conclusion here is, again, the very first part of this class, whatever I told, as you keep going from class 1 to class 2 and all of that, what is not an energy that needs to be released will show up as a warning through triggers. It could be in the form of food-related craving, because everything is a POSC, no? Food can also show you POSC. It can be a POSC in front of you. Your body can be a POSC. Everything is a POSC. So it's going to come in front of you and it is going to show you what is an uncomfortable feeling inside you. At that time, you have to accept that there's nothing more you can do to it. You can distract that thought. You can go and remove that with juices and fruit journeys and all of those things. But today or tomorrow, you have to come and then face this point where you have to accept it. Because it's an energy release, that energy talk that we are doing here. So instead of delaying the process, why can't we do it right now? Let's learn the art of acceptance. It's okay. Let's get better and better in this journey. because it can be applied to everything, because everything is a POSC. Okay, you need to follow this principles that you have to remember, and practice as often as possible. Whatever you can't practice, it means that you're not ready for it. But what you can practice, you have to try and see how much you know, how much you can't, where there is clarity, where there's no clarity. That's why every day keep chanting, every day get the clarity, keep doing. The more if you have time, do more chanting. It gets very boring. You'll feel yawning. You'll feel like running away from that chanting. You'll feel like your phone is calling you, WhatsApp is calling you, Facebook, Instagram, everything will call you, because your ego, as soon as you turn inwards, it wants to pull you outwards. That is a job of the ego. There is always some opposite force which is wanting to get you out from that. Remember, if you've heard of all of these Hindu stories, every single time some saint sat for tapas, there is always something that will come and disturb him, no? Or let's say even Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra sat for tapas, Menake came and disturbed him. Or let's say somebody sat in tapas, Indra came and disturbed them. What does that mean? Means ego will come to shake us. It wants us to be connected to the world. All of this happenings and it wants us to be connected to all of that. Especially when I'm chanting only, my mind will remind me of 10 different things. And it will all feel very important. At that time, these days only I've learned to say, okay, if it's so important and if it's really has to happen, then my mind will remind me again. Let it remind. Now I'm not going to do. It will be something in WhatsApp only. Oh, right. Order some fruits. Tomorrow is only Wednesday. If you don't order now, that's it. That guy will not even send you that coriander. Or let's say, hey, this important piece of information you had to send to my sister. Or let's say something on Amazon I had to order. All of these kinds of things only it will keep showing. Or some important, something I would have seen from school, some important information would have come. I wouldn't have told my daughter. Immediately I have to tell. Otherwise I'll forget. We'll think like that only. Oh, what if I forget? I'll tell right now, and right now I have to finish. When the mind tells me I have to finish, otherwise I'll forget it later. So what I'm choosing to do especially when I'm chanting, is I'm sitting and chanting. In this case, when all of this is coming, I'm sitting and chanting. Because there have been in the past, I have done all doing my chores and chanting and all I've done. In the past, I've done. This time, I've taken an intention to sit and chant, walk around and chant, and all of that. When I'm sitting and when I'm doing chores also, I chant, but that is not counted. But what I'm sitting and chanting, I'm tracking. So either way, what I'm trying to tell you is, you will get a lot of ideas from your own ego and your mind to get away from what you're doing, to stop what you're doing, to get distracted from what you're doing, especially when you're getting connected to God. Because God is not a very pleasant person to be with unless you think he's a pleasant person to be with. If you think the world is a far more pleasant person to be with, then you'll choose the world. So you need to actually make God more and more important in your life for you to get better and better. Means then you have to go on that path. You have to know him. It's like when we get married and all of that, right? How do you know your husband? First you look at him. He's very good looking. Okay, marriage and all of that is done. Then next you have to get to know him on a daily basis, no? Then it will take about 2 years for you to get to know your husband only. That friendship is slowly developing. Then as you get to 10 years, 15 years, then that bond has actually thickened. It is the same thing with God also. You can't just think he's God and yeah, I love him, all of that. It doesn't work. You have to develop a relationship with him. Like how we develop friendship with any other person, similarly, same friendship you have to develop with him also. And you should want to be with him more. Try to, even though even though he doesn't talk to you back, you should keep talking to him with your chanting. Someday he will reciprocate back. He's reciprocating, but we can't see it. He might say, But you might want him to talk to you, say, hi, wow, is it? Okay, all of that. But he's not talking. He's just saying, mm. He's like that. And such a person is boring, right? But yeah, as of now, he looks boring. But we still have to keep somehow connecting with that boring person only. We still have to do it. Why? Because he is the person with all the network in every single human being. He's inside every human being. And he's inside every single abundance. He's inside everything. He's connected to everything. If we want everything in our life, we need to be connected to the most powerful person, which is God himself. If you want the best job in the world, you need to be working for the best God, for the God who's actually the best employer. So either way, just keep chanting, even if it's boring. Remember that your ego is going to play tricks with you and get you out of it and all of that. Initially, you might get out also. It is possible, but it's okay. It's okay. Try to stick to it. And until we are still trying to fight, that ego fight is still going on. As of now, still Lalita Tripura Sundari is still fighting with Bhandasur. She still hasn't won. She's still fighting. Which is why even when I'm chanting, still I get all of those things. And sometimes I listen to the ego and I drop the chanting and I go and I come back to the chanting also. It is okay. Forgive yourself. Come back to it. We are in the journey of slowly transforming ourselves. Forgive yourself, be kind to yourself. Okay, that is one thing. Okay, Pooja, when siblings are fighting, then how do we handle the situation with acceptance? Again, same thing. With Deepthi, whatever I told, siblings are fighting, parents are fighting, same thing, no? We can't take our children fighting. We can't take our parents fighting. We can't take our two loved ones fighting. So the answer is still the same. It is your ego that wants everybody to be in harmony, everybody to be at peace. All should be good, kind, forgiving, helpful. Everybody should be like in factory settings. No, that will probably not happen because you don't need factory settings now. For you to go to factory setting, you need all of those flavors. And all of those people are designed to show you your flavors. All your apps that are installed inside you, they have come to show you all those apps. And those apps are being shown by your children also. So whatever message I gave to Deepthi, the same thing applies to this also. And I think JS was talking about tea. So see, somebody says chocolate, somebody says tea, somebody else says pickle. It is the same thing. We have to stay with that. We don't like to stay with that because we have a bad label that we have given. See, there was a time when I wanted to eat rice, but I could not eat rice without I falling sick with rice. But today I'm able to eat rice even 2 meals a day. But it's not like I'm craving rice 2 meals a day, but I can eat. I have eaten. So why did this journey and why is this ups and downs happening is because I had labeled them as limited in my own dictionary. But it took time for me to get over that acceptance that I told so many times I used to tell the rice, I'm sorry, it's not you. It was my feeling that I had for you that actually made me fall sick. It is not that I ate you and fall sick. The ingredient that was present in me was that limited feeling. That is what made me sick. So I'm not going to blame you. But will I go eat rice again? No, I may not eat immediately. But I might try after some more recharging. I did do all of that stuff, ups and downs. I did do all of those things. But then as your charging continues to improve, you will get to a stage where none of these things will affect you. Your feelings, your acceptance feelings on other areas also are constantly changing, right? You're coming to acceptance, you're coming to terms with everything. Hence, as you start improving in all those areas, it will definitely change. These limited feelings will go away. So I may not have worked on that rice thing on a daily basis. I may have worked for some time, I may have accepted it, I may have forgotten also. But while I was working on other acceptances, no, this also fell in place. And suddenly I was able to notice, hey, I'm able to eat. Because at some point, what happened was I used to have a lot of love for my mother-in-law. I used to have a lot of hate, and over time, it eventually, over the last 18, no, mostly about 8 years of my life, last 8 years, have actually worked on um, worked on this, and this is again acceptance and those kinds of things only. But now I started seeing that divine presence in her cooking and all of that. It feels like that. So whenever she used to give, I used to actually eat it. Even the rice, I would say it's okay. Even though I fall sick, even though I have limited feelings, I am going to eat this because I see her more as that good person and positive and mother, that Annapurneshwari kind of thing. And truly speaking, I never used to fall sick. But then when I ate my own rice, I would fall sick. That stage also was there. And then I have blamed it on Rajmudi rice. I've blamed it on some other rice, brown rice. I've done that also. See, it has been a very long journey, at least 5 to 6 years only on rice only, I can say. Imagine how much problems I had with that and limited feelings I used to have. As a practitioner, I've built a lot of my limited feelings, especially with respect to food. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell is we have all of these things. We have to get over it. It's not about the food. Food is just a medium, because without a medium, you won't recognize. So it is, even though you avoid that food, don't label that food as bad. Don't label it as, it's bad, therefore I don't want it. No. It is not bad. It is God's creation, but I may not want to eat it right now in my journey. I choose not to eat that in my journey. It's like cheetah is a beautiful, magnificent animal, but I don't want it as a pet as of now. It's like that. It's there. It is there, but I don't want it to have it as my thing. But any reasons for it? No reasons. No reasons. It's just that I don't want to eat it. That's all. I prefer not to eat it. I prefer eating maybe, let's say, apples, oranges, and let's say regular stuff. So it's more about you eat it or you don't eat it, really does not matter. It's about what you have in your head matters. That's it. That's it. So try to bring a lot of divine attachment, divine labels to all of these bad stuff that you have in your head. Your head has to become clean. Your mind has to become clean. That's all. Whether you eat it or you don't eat it really does not matter. Oh, I'm not eating it, maybe I have bad feelings. No, it is not like that. You just tell yourself, no, there is no bad feeling. I have removed that bad feeling. It's okay. So same thing with tea also. Then yeah, pujas, I think I told. And then what else? Sorry. Pooja was also talking about the messy child, right? And what about the messy child who always used to mess up here and there after telling hundreds of times to keep you always exhausted? See, when we think that life is a chore, if we think life is a chore, in every single moment, if I have to wash my clothes, it's a task. If I have to clean the floor, it's a task. I'm tired of being a mother. I'm tired of being this. I'm tired of being that. Then obviously we will see children also making you more tired. So we should first understand that everything is a trigger to show me that I'm just restless of doing the same things over and over again. I'm irritated. But if you're given an option, what else you want to do, you will just say, probably I'll want to go and meditate. But what will that meditation give you? It will push you back into the same household and tell you that, hey, I gave you energy just so that you could use your energy and not be restless in the same household. So now what will you tell? And I'm sure you don't have anything else to do. Let's say I want to travel the world. Yeah, but you can travel the world. But when you go travel the world, you'll again go and miss your children. and say, oh my God, I wish I want to see my children today. You'll be the first one to come back to your children. Because these are natural. It's important to understand that it's as a mother with little children, we get irritated. It is a journey of becoming a mature mother to understand that children are going to be like this. That is why the symbol of a mature mother is this Krishna's mother, Yashoda. Krishna was the most naughtiest boy, apparently. The one who wouldn't listen to anybody. And if you had Krishna as your child, you would even forget that he's God. You would smack him then and there. That was the kind of, but then Yashoda was a very, very, although she's shown to be doing all this natak of hitting him and tying him and all of those things, it was just a leela of God. But internally, who she was, if God has to come and become somebody's child, if he has to come and then live with somebody and then call somebody Amma and all of that, imagine how much of sadhana, internal sadhana they might have done to even get that honor. And Yashoda is known to be a very selfless person, who's known to not even take credit for herself that she raised a child like this. I raised Krishna, I am great. She was not a person like that at all. They had so much of sattva inside them. They had so much of selflessness inside them. That is why God came to them. So they are the symbols of who we are aspiring to become as mothers. And when we say messy child, the child is disorganized. The child is obviously a child and he is always going to be disorganized. But are we organized in our life? You're also not organized. If you look at your own life, you may not be organized in so many areas of your life that you are still not good at. And to be very honest, even I am disorganized also. When my daughter and my children are very organized with their computer and all, like folders and all of that, right? I'm very disorganized with my folders and many of these things, my digital stuff. I'm very disorganized. But they are very organized. And it's natural for us to understand who we are in this journey versus what they are. If they are messy and they're giving us more work, it is because you don't like that work. If you now start thinking, oh my God, this is God's work. I think the other day I gave an example, right? You spilled all, let's say, moong beans in your kitchen and you have an important meeting to go, or you have some important chore to go, you have a class to attend. Now that the entire kitchen is full of green gram, what will you do? You tried to call for help and all, but everybody says, no, ma, I'm busy. Your husband also says, I'm busy. The very first thing that we are going to feel if we have not practiced in this area is crying or irritation, frustration, cribbing, shouting, all of that we will do. But I have done that in the past and have grown from it. And the idea that came to me was, okay, God gave me some extra work to do, some extra seva, to clean his creation a little more extra. So be it. And then I started chanting his name and cleaning all of that. Similarly, if your children are giving you mess, it is not because they are disorganized. They are showing you disorganized behavior because you have to learn from it. What we think is, oh, if I don't teach my children all of these things, they will be the most disorganized people and then the world will suffer because of such children. No, it is not at all like that. In your reality, whoever child has come is because you need to see that child. But that child may be well organized actually in some other reality, in some other parallel universe, in some other parallel earth. Because you are only eligible to see that kind of behavior from your child, you're seeing. And in one of the posts, I clearly told that unless you improve your light, we don't know how long it will take to improve our light. But the more we give our best in terms of charging ourselves, recharging ourselves, without expectation that something is going to constantly keep improving, it will not improve. See, for me, when I started doing chanting, there were a lot of challenges at home with respect to my children and all of that. Because I had a lot of expectations from those children. That is why those expectations were not being met. I was actually seeing the sadness. But I'm not, then I started taking the sankalp of chanting. But the sankalp of chanting was not to meet those expectations. Because I had the understanding that I have the expectations, which is why there is sadness. But I'm doing the chanting to ensure that I get that awareness to see that whatever is happening in the children's life is best for them. I should come to that state and come to that acceptance level, right? So for that, I needed to recharge. And especially with close family, we need a lot of recharge. Because it's a very huge energy that we are trying to overcome. A huge one. So that is why I took a sankalpa of 1 crore chanting, which takes years together. It cannot happen within even months also. It will take years, 5 years, 6 years. It is important. And you show up for that. And give it your best shot every single day. So every single day, if I have to sit for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, I sit. I yawn. I get bored. I get everything. I keep watching my ego, telling me all distractions. It's a part of the process. But at least I'm becoming better and better. No. And then my clarity is improving. Because clarity is improving, reality is changing. I see that in my reflections. I see that in the POSEs. It happens. But just because that has to change, I did not start. I wanted clarity. I wanted to accept things the way they are, but it was not happening. So that's why chanting. So hence, unless we are like willing to improve ourselves and do things to improve ourselves, because the world is the way it is, you can't change it. So I want to do things so that I am more accepting of it. That is why we do all the sadhana. So keep doing, and until then, that inner clarity will not come. Inner acceptance will not come. Okay, last one. My mom is having a heart surgery and all of that. So because she was 70 years old or something like that, and also financial reasons, not so financial reasons, but then because she's 70, the doctor said, let's not do the heart surgery because it was major. But because sometimes she falls sick and all of that, she's questioning herself whether I took the right decision of not getting her surgery done. See, sometimes we are in guilt, right? We are in guilt that, oh, in the past, I did not take a certain decision. I wish I had taken that decision. When you took the decision of not getting a surgery done, you had all the facts in front of you and you felt it was the right thing to not do a surgery. But today, from today's wisdom, or if today's egos, some play of triggers are coming, you obviously cannot go and question your decision that you took long back about surgery or not surgery. Then also you were right. Now also you are right. So all that you have to understand is when people or loved ones actually suffer, our ego is actually getting hurt. Because it is wanting things to be in a certain structured fashion. It is like it has built castles to keep it comfortable. It has built a lot of cages to keep it comfortable. But if one room also in that starts falling, it will shake. Its existence itself will be shaken. It wants to go and fix that room and rebuild that room, come what may. So it will want to go and fix people, get something or the other by hook or crook. That harmony has to be restored because that harmony is what keeps that cage intact. So remember that this is going to continue to keep happening as long as you decide that I am the one doing something. Nobody is the one doing anything. Nobody takes even decisions for that matter. Who brings those thoughts to take this decision? God. Do you know what all thoughts you have inside your head? What all comes together as a thought, as a decision? We don't have any clarity of what is inside our head also. What are we having access to also? We don't have clarity. Suddenly some things comes together in our head, some set of thoughts come together in our head, and then we suddenly are able to take a decision, right? So who made it possible? The God within you. So at that time, if that was meant to be, it was meant to be. So we just have to think that whatever was meant to be was meant to be. So if she's suffering, you just have to send some blessings to her and see your own trigger and just say, I understand that it's not the suffering. It's not like her suffering is actually bothering me. It is my attachment to that person. And my ego wants to keep that in harmony and that happiness and all. I'm getting that happiness from that person if she's actually like normal. If now suddenly she's abnormal, that happiness is taken away from me. So ego wants that back. That is why, oh, can I get the surgery done? Because when I get the surgery done, then the happiness is going to come back. So we are actually very selfish at the ego level. Even when people die, Bhagavad Gita says only that. We are very selfish. Because that there was a happiness that was coming from the other person. And now that other person has left. And then now no happiness is coming from that place. Ego is now left with unhappiness because that happiness is not coming. Hence we cry. It's the attachment. It is the attachment to that what they were giving is what makes us cry. It's a very bitter truth. It's a very hard truth. So hence Bhagavad Gita says, don't cry, don't grieve, because you are crying for yourself. You are not crying for somebody else. You are not crying for the person who left, or you're not crying for the person who's suffering or anything. You are actually crying for yourself. You're getting irritated with yourself. You want to make it go away for a selfish reason. So we need to remember all these things when we are coming to acceptance. Then it will go. And this can happen in any situation. It can be in somebody being sick. It can be in somebody not getting their favorite college. It can be in somebody not getting first prize in some, or medal in some competition. You are hoping that your child will get that medal. You did not get. All of these are the same things. We are crying for our own expectations when they are not met. Okay. Hope this helps. And then let's continue our sadhana. Yeah, Pooja, you had a question?
Yeah, Smita, I had a question for with that food part only. Like you said that nothing we should label as the good and bad. Like if a person is diabetic and if he demands and get a craving for the sweet food, so we can't give to them ki we are not labeling that this is good or bad, but we can't give him to just satisfy his hunger. Yeah, just not labeling it as good. So how can we deal with that situation? How we have to accept that situation?
If that person, see, like I said, in that stages of acceptance, right? There will be lots of areas in which we may not directly jump to level 5. We may have to go through stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So in the initial part, you're going to ask him, if that person is willing to listen, because the highest level of acceptance is give a person what he wants. Because what makes him sick is not actually that. It is our own inner belief system that is showing something in our reality. But we may not have got there yet. We may not have got to that stage yet. It takes a lot of sadhana to come to that stage and still be watching other people and be willing to change or manifest that in your reality. It takes time. So in this case, what will you do? You'll say, oh, this person has diabetes. I'm going to give him only vegetable juice. What if he says, I want only sweets, I want only sweets? Can you do anything? Can you fight with them?
Yeah, generally this causes the clashes between the two persons.
If you fight with them, see, some examples are there in some families where there were type 1 children and all of that. The parents did keep them on fruits and all of those kinds of things for a certain point, but the children were very unhappy. Why did they, with very, very good intentions, parents had kept them on fruits so that their insulin intake reduces, which did reduce. They had to be on fewer shots. And whatever the parents wanted, it actually happened. But then the children were extremely disappointed, cranky, dull, and mentally they were absolutely in distress. That distress used to cause conflicts in the parents and children. They would like literally be very sad even during a meal and all of those things. And the parents also used to be in very sad feeling when they were eating some rice or they were eating the right foods. So they had to also eat other fruits and other things just so that they can give company to children. So there was so much of disturbance. Why? Because you wanted to do the right thing, your right thing. And that right thing is not the right thing, because sometimes when you have expectations attached to it, when your ego has selfishness attached to it, you are actually not even following dharma. When you have zero expectations of any outcome and you think that is the right thing, go ahead and do it. But here, when you have expectations, there will always, it will come back with sadness. It is a law.
But if we don't have the expectation and we want the right for the person, but the person is not willing to do it,
Here, that is
then
what
at
I'm
that
saying.
point,
No, the children did not want it. So what the
but mother
family
is
finally
doing for their
understood,
best.
what the family did, they came to a middle path. They said, fine, yeah, we'll give them more injections. Type 1. So you have to anyway feed them. So they gave them more injections. They gave them the good food that they wanted. And they were already vegans. They gave them the food that they wanted. Children happy, parents happy. Yeah, they had to strike a middle ground. See, sometimes we want to do the best, give them the best health and all of that. But their journey may not be that at all. So they won't agree. Because the
Smita,
whole journey was about you letting go your rigidity. When you let go of your rigidity, the other person for you and surrender and acceptance and all, when you do, the other person himself will come and say, can you give me vegetable juice? In the past, you were fighting, but now he will only come and say. So this is where surrender happens. When you let go of your rigidity, the other person you will meet the other person who is willing to do it in another parallel reality. You would have shifted your consciousness. But today you are in a reality where they are fighting with you. Because you are also having rigidity, they have to give you an experience where you need to drop all of that rigidity. But let's say you are willing to drop that rigidity, then you have raised yourself to a higher level. There, when you meet the same person, he is not rigid. He is not giving you rigidity. He's not showing you that you have rigidity. He's showing you that you have surrender. So he's also showing you, yeah, can you give me vegetable juice also? You give me only salad also. I'm perfectly fine, he will say.
Like, Smita, I have
Because
one
you are
question.
like that, they are like that. It is not because they are like that, you are behaving like this.
Like, I have one question. Being yourself as a natural practitioner, you sometimes suggest some diets to your clients. That that point of time, what you kept in the mind, that you also kept like you have to drop these foods and have to accept these foods because their food is not for your body, and then you suggest them the diet. So on what basis you are suggesting them at that moment of time?
I used to have a lot of this conflict, maybe 1 or 2 years back, where I was also going through the transition period and I had to say when, like, for example, let's say cancer cases come or something, I would put them on 100% juices. At the time, I decided that as long as clients are coming to me, at that time, whatever I feel is right, I'm going to still go ahead and do. There will come a time when no clients will come to me because I have nothing to offer. I have nothing to, I don't need triggers from clients. Maybe I have triggers from a group like this. I may not need triggers from a single client and I have to handhold them or I have to give them all of these things, coaching. If they are not there, then, so what I used to do is I would just do okay, people are coming, I will still keep doing whatever I have to do. If my awareness changes, then I will help them. So typically what I would do is I would still give them all of this diet-based advice. I have never in the last, I think since 2019 or 20, I have never told that something is bad. I stopped telling that something is bad. I just told that you do this. If they say, why should I, if I am talking about animal products or let's say dairy products or something like that, I didn't tell that dairy products they have what is pesticides, they have all of this chemicals and then cruelty, all that I didn't tell at all. I just told that they are not our food. As of now, they are not our food because nature created that for a calf. And because they are not meant for us, it may cause some amount of acidity within us because we don't have those microbes. In that also, there may be belief systems, but as of now, it was still there when I told them all of those things. At that time, whatever is awareness, I anyway tell. I don't really question that. But since they are still with me, I'm also giving them mental coaching, spiritual coaching, and all of those kinds of things. Like
Yeah.
chanting, this, that, do keep doing that. Because overall, I tell them physical detox is just a foundation, but the actual detox is when you do this acceptance and surrender and all of that. So this kind of coaching I have been doing for quite some time now. You also know.
Yeah.
But the foundation of the physical will just assist to make this journey go faster. But that itself is not going to heal you. Because if people are not willing to, even under me also, there are people who won't be willing to go beyond food. I don't handhold them over a period of time. I tell them, okay, you have got enough knowledge now to support yourself physically. And ups and downs will keep happening. But the next journey that you have to attempt is your mental journey, where you have to let go of your anger. You need to work on your anger with your family and this and that and all of those things. When you are ready for that, you ask me questions, you drive. You ask me questions, what you want to do, you tell me, I will help you in that. But I will not drive your healing. As long as you're in surrendered mode, then I will keep showing these are the areas. But if you're not willing to go there, then when you are willing only, you come and ask questions and I'll help you. But until then, I'm not going to pinpoint and just keep doing all of this because certain people will be ready, certain people will not be ready immediately. And at that time, I'll just keep saying chant every day. Awareness will keep improving over a period of time that they'll build the energy and they'll want to do it. So it's a very difficult question also, if you ask me, because I won't be able to tell you in which I did what. It has been, what do you say, since 2019 or something, I've been on this inner conflict of what should I say, what should I do, what is right, what is, like as a practitioner, what should I tell them? One side, the mind will say that the disease will need all of these kinds of diets. But then I still put them on the diet, but the meaning I had, the belief I had, I changed. The perspective I had for why they had to do it, I started changing the sentence and telling. Instead of giving them some fear-based belief, some negative belief, something that will keep them in limited feeling, I stopped telling those. But I still told them stuff that will keep them in a positive state even when they do that.
So, Smita, how to make aware people about the junk food and processed food without labeling them?
To be very honest, what happened was in my journey, I've done all of those things for my children also. But over a period of time, because I had that feeling of bad inside me, right? At one point, my children ate that and they were not listening because they were old enough to not listen. That is when I understood that I actually cannot change. When they were children, I could like be strong and then tell all that. But then when they were old enough, I could not do that. Right? So I had to bring acceptance within me that it is not the food that is actually bad. It's the label that I gave bad is actually bad. So it's okay to not. So it was them eating, like for example, somebody spoke about chocolate, right? Why are they avoiding the chocolate? Because they have a feeling that it is bad that is eating. So once they remove the bad feeling, then the desperateness to eat chocolate itself will actually go away. So when I removed that bad and the want to control my loved ones to not eat it because I have an attachment to them and they are giving me happiness if they are actually healthy. And I have this belief that if they eat all of this, then they'll become unhealthy. And if they become unhealthy, my ego will be unhappy. So my ego is trying its level best to make everything somehow possible to get that happiness back. So when I understood that it's all my play of ego, I just said, what the hell? It's okay. Let them eat. I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up that thought of that attachment. I'm going to give up the attachment to them being, let them be like this only kind of attachment. I just let go. Let them eat whatever they want. If they're sick, God has given me that knowledge to help them, let's say detox or whatever. So I somehow gave myself all of these reasons and I just let it go. And they maybe ate for some time, I think. And after that, they only came and told, no, I don't think this is good for my health. I'm just going to quit it. And it took time. Okay. All of these are not overnight processes. But you need to be in that process of constantly going to that acceptance level of surrender, and that it's you that is actually making the process harder and harder and harder. You are sad because of you. It is not sad because you're not sad because of something else. That is the journey to realize it's you. It's your problem. It's your belief. It's your expectations. And once you become more clear about that, it'll actually improve. And if you're not clear about it, do chanting, do journaling. Ask yourself questions. Why am I like this? What am I trying to achieve? What am I getting from this? What do I want from my children? What do I want to make them? And who is expecting them to be happy? All of these questions, if you ask, then that clarity will come. But everything has to do with ego wanting to get its way. It is, if everything goes well, then everything is happy. But if something breaks, ego is now trying to fix it. So in that stages of attachment, you're trying to fixing it is the first stage. So slowly, if you can keep that as a chart somewhere where you can keep referring to, and you see yourself, where am I on this particular area where I'm still trying to fix this? Acceptance has not come. So then you know, oh yeah, I'm still here. Oh, okay, let me expect them to keep coming. Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you so
Did I
much.
answer you? I think I didn't answer your question, right, Valiamai? Were you the one who asked me about that two people
Yeah.
are giving advice or something?
Is it because of the duality, ma'am, inside me that I think like good like this also, and the other is the bad? Is it because of the duality in me?
Can you give me an example of, let's two people are advising, you want to know which advice is correct?
The groom, ma'am, which my parents have seen. My mother is telling that boy is so nice. Don't go after the appearance. The sister, the close ones with me are saying the boy is short and obese, and you don't accept him. And my mother is saying, don't go after the appearance. The parents are good and his character is good. You can see that. You talk to him and see. Like that, my mother told. I thought which side I should go.
For that, you need honesty in your own understanding of what you want, what you think is true for yourself. So you have to sit and ask yourself, why is obese not good for me? Do I like? Will I don't like? So first of all, you do all of that journaling inside your own head about whatever options they see. All of them are suggestions. Decision maker is you only, right? So when they are suggesting, this is the reason, accept, this is the reason, don't accept, you should ask yourself, this is the reason. Am I okay with it? But again, when you look at from this point of view, acceptance and all of those things, it is going to come to show you that, yeah, like you said, I don't have clarity inside my head about the boy that, forget about the boy. You don't have clarity about yourself only. If somebody says she is like this, he is like, let's say you are the girl. Now, they will also be talking about in their house about you, no? Correct. So you should know your likes and your dislikes, and more than likes and dislikes, you should know yourself better. So it is more trying to tell you that you have no, that self-discovery process has still not happened. like, what do I like? What do I not like? That also is still not clear. See, if you don't know what you dislike and if you don't know what you like, then you don't know what is it that you have to let go of also. What are my preferences? If you see, then you'll know there is a preference there. That is why it's a problem. So if I say accept the issues there, it means that you should understand that there is a problem now in the first place. So for that only all of these things keep coming. But for it, what I suggest is it's better you sit with yourself and know really what is it that, not what my parents are telling. Take those suggestions, sit and write down all of those things and say, do you want that? You don't want that? How is it like to be with such a person? Let's say if you're calling him obese, will you call him obese? Are you okay getting up with a person every time with a, let's say, a obese person? Then that means you are already judging him now itself. So in tomorrow, living with him every day will obviously be a trigger. So I'm just saying that if you have not handled a lot of your triggers in the beginning itself, obviously he will just be another person to give you your triggers. Husband is also another person, POSC. Children are also another POSC. Oh, I have only one child, I need another child is also another POSC only. It is not like some special case or something to get two children. One girl and boy, I want, it's going to be a nice pair. No, it's just one POSC, two POSC, that's all. Nature of POSCs are just changing, that's all. So everybody is just the same instrument of God trying to help you self-realize, showing you your own obstacles. And here, your obstacle is you need to know yourself, in my opinion. Know your own nature. Because you are going to live with. So in my opinion, I would surrender a lot. I would just do a lot of gratitude for, I would raise my energy. I would generally raise my energy to get that clarity. If you're not already sitting in chanting and all of that gratitude writing and all of that, it is really high time. I'll just give you an example. We were doing classes with Ashmin ma'am. Ashmin ma'am is one of the teachers who does gratitude classes. So we were doing gratitude class, one of these gratitude sessions with her. And then in that, it was about, topic was love. And it was some 40 days course or something. And then in that class itself, she would say, we are searching for a groom for my daughter, all of that. She would say, so the daughter is also sitting and writing gratitude, and they are, she's basically trying to do all that work to keep her in positive state, to keep herself in positive state. And along with her, her parents are also doing gratitude for the son-in-law. And generally, they are all in positive state, and they were doing so much of work in that to be in that positive state. You will not believe, within that 40 days, they've done so much of work on being in that positive state that actually something happened. And then in some Gurudwara, one guy came and they sat and they spoke to each other, and they have got married also. And that guy is like, you won't believe he's so much in tune with that family. Literally, it is like surprising. And why such things happen? There is one best groom who's like having all the best qualities, and like, oh my God, I'm like nowhere in front of this guy kind of feeling. Also, you'll get that kind of guy is also there. But provided you have risen to that state, how much of work have you done to actually be in that positive state? And to go there, it's not about you being in positive state about groom. Are you in positive state about relationships? Are you in positive state about the money? Are you in positive state about your day-to-day food? Positiveness is like one common component. It has no categorization. So if you have done a lot of work on yourself, let's say if you have done enough work to be in first standard, then you will get somebody who will teach you to go from first standard to 10th standard. If you've already done enough work to go to 5th standard, then somebody will come to take you from 5th standard to 10th standard. You want a person who will rather take you into 10th standard. Let's say automatically he is in 10th standard. That won't happen. No, it depends on where you are. They are going to pull you from there to 10th standard. So have you done enough work on yourself is what is a question. So hence, How much ever work you've done, the groom will come to take you and pull you to the next level. No questions about it. So, irrespective of what you decide, how you decide, whoever is meant for you only, you will anyway marry. But which is why be in surrender. Just say that I am going to do as per what I think is right. And I am going to accept all positive, I'm going to accept all the outcomes that God shows me. If you have not practiced surrender also in the past, it might not come so easily. So do your best wherever you can. Do a lot of gratitude. Write a lot of gratitude. At least even if that groom has not even got fixed, start writing 10, at least 100 gratitudes per day for that clarity to come. It will come. 100, or sit and write for 3 hours. Sit and write gratitude. Write. Take a long notebook. I'm so grateful that I am breathing on a daily basis. I'm so grateful that I get water to drink. I'm so grateful that right from that kind of basic level. I'm so grateful for the farmer who grew an apple so that on my fruits for my table, for my breakfast, I was able to have apple. You can go even deeper. You can just say, I'm grateful for all the earthworms who was able to nourish that tree which gave me the apple fruit. To that level, in every area of your life, if you're able to go and then sit for 3 hours, trust me, the same guy or maybe some other guy will magically show up in your life. Somebody who is best for you. Why? Because you took yourself there in a very short period of time. You have to raise your consciousness to that level of positivity. Then whoever is right for you will come. You keep doing gratitude and be in surrender. So if this is the best, this is the transforming decision that you have to take and you're not getting clarity, it is because that awareness is not there. And you are already that God, like any of us. That awareness is not there because that energy is not there. So get that energy. Then the awareness, it is already within you, will automatically come out. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. Are you there?
Yeah, ma'am.
You understood what I'm saying, right? Sit and write for 3 hours. Take one long notebook, 3 hours, morning 1 hour, afternoon 1 hour, evening 1 hour, sit and write gratitude. Don't even get up. Your mind will tell you 1,000 different things. Your mother will call. Just say, I'm not going to come out for another 1 hour. Don't call me. And sit and tell, this is a commitment that I'm giving to myself, because in the next few months, I'm going to get married and I have to decide on a groom, and I want to get the clarity of what is rather something that is happening in front of me is, I should see God's hand behind it. I should see the positivity behind it. If I'm not able to see that today, it is because I don't have clarity. I will sit and write gratitude. I will sit and chant. So give your 100% of the time, focus. If you have to lock yourself for 3 hours in a day, do it. Whatever, do it. Raise your vibrations. You will definitely get that clarity and it will definitely work for you.
Ma'am, I'll write gratitude.
To put so much of effort for yourself, no? That's why.
I'll write gratitude on everything around and surrender.
Yeah, everything. It's not there is no reason for you to just say, oh, it's marriage, I have to write only on that area. You can if you have some different couples in your mind, you can feel gratitude and you can actually send appreciations to them also. Maybe if Shiva and Parvati, their life, if you appreciate about their life, Vishnu and Lakshmi, their life, you can appreciate that and thank you for being a role model. Those kinds of things also you can write. Somehow keep bringing positivity inside you, and then that happiness will all generate. It will all generate. You'll come to a state where you will be very clear about what is happening in front of you. Marriage will become very clear. Somehow that it'll all come inside you only, and then you will exactly know what to do. Then your mother doesn't tell you, your sister doesn't have to tell you, you will exactly know what to do. That for you to get there, for you to be able to take that decision, you need to put this hard work.
Yes, ma'am. As you say, I feel so messed up now. I will write gratitude and get more clarity. I will try.
Just say for the next 1 month, I'm going to sit and write for 3 hours. And after that also, like give it about 5 hours every day. Do something or the other and do. For chanting 2 hours, 3 hours of writing. It's like that sankalp, they say, right? That sankalp for, I'm going to do this tapas for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Just take that affirmation and do and see. 1 month only is more than enough, I'm telling you. Just do this. You will see a difference. But if you are committed, it's a commitment to yourself.
Yes, ma'am. I will do, ma'am. I will do and get back.
Yeah. Okay.
Nita, does it just hold this for son-in-law also? Same. Yeah.
Whatever I can just say that, see, when, again, why are we afraid of son-in-law? Again, we should only, see here at least husband is a direct one. Son-in-law again is slightly, it's what you want. They are not even living with you on a daily basis. Anyway, you have
No,
to
whether
look at your
my
trigger.
daughter likes someone.
You have to look at your trigger. See, in her case, she doesn't have clarity, but it's in your case, you have preferences. Preferences with respect to son-in-law. He should be like this, he should be like that. Again, if you write gratitude for a son-in-law that you want, again, that is still going to eventually lead up to somewhere.
No, no, my daughter likes someone. She likes someone. But my husband is not ready for it. And my father-in-law is not ready. So in that case.
That's what. It's like if there are conflicts, you have already accepted for that marriage. No, just surrender and leave it. In that surrender, what will happen is she will go and marry him with or without their approval, or she will wait for some more years for them to get approval. That decision she will take in that surrender. She's in your reality. Let them take whatever decision they want. You don't have to feel the urge for them to be in a hurry to do something. You have already made up your mind, irrespective of whether I'm okay with this marriage. I'm like, I've given a free pass. I'm like okay with whatever happens. Now the whole issue is you want this to keep going faster. You want other areas also to get, because there is resistance in other areas. Husband should become okay. Let me try to do something for husband to become okay. Father-in-law is not okay. How can I make my father-in-law okay? Again, here, you're trying to push for outcomes. There also, you should be in surrender. Let her do whatever she wants. If she wants, there is a part of her in your reality who is probably going to marry irrespective. Whether you like it or no, I'm still going to go ahead and marry him. She might say that. Or she might come and say, okay, unless you all are willing to do it. She might do that also. It depends on which version you are attracting. And the versions that you are going to attract is the ones who you need to learn from. So for now, you're still in resistance, if you ask me. Yeah, because you have preferences that others should also like, and then they have to get married. So why that taking sides? Be okay with anything. So far, you were okay with she being with him, no? Irrespective of marriage.
Yeah.
Be okay with this also. If it has to happen, it will happen. So far, you waited another whatever time. So be in surrender. God will do the right thing. If he is brought a talk of marriage now, he will take it further also. You should just be willing to say, oh, who's the one who made it till here? He'll let it go further also. I'm just an observer. I'm not an influencer here. You can only influence through your own energy. You can't do anything else. Okay? Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Today is the last class of this season. And then next class, we are going to again start with basics like God and what is acceptance and those kinds of things. Okay? Thank you so much for being in this journey. 10 classes have actually been transforming even in my case. Because for me, when I keep talking about it, when I'm in touch with all of these kinds of things, it helps me also. Sometimes when it comes out from me, even if that knowledge is not mine, if it's, let's say, even if it's God is giving me this knowledge, it is applicable even for my life. Even I am a work in progress. So for me, these classes are very important because I'm able to talk about it. And when I talk about it, I'm also able to realize that this is happening in my life. And this is how I can also apply in my life. Because if you ask questions, there are triggers for me also. So I will go ahead and think about these questions. What are those triggers? Is there any area that I have to think about? Then it will suddenly flash that, oh, with somebody this happened, with somebody else this happened. So it will get clarity. Even I get clarity. Thank you so much. Okay. To the Supreme God.
Thank you so much.
Divine blessing. Spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the saints, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and all the great ones. We thank you for your great blessings. Thank you. Did you all have any feedback or something to share? If you all want to, you all can maybe take some 5-10 minutes to do that. What was your experience in these last 10 classes? If you have not attended 10 classes, that's okay, but still.
Just
Smita?
give me-
Yeah, Anita?
Yes. Hello. This is Anita, and thank you so much for all the sessions. I've heard all the sessions. If not like with the video, but at least the audio I've listened to. It's given me, tremendous, what to say, satisfaction, Smita. It's more than, understanding and clarity. It is like I've finally arrived at. I've attended so many sessions. I've gone to Dayanand Saraswati Ashram. I've heard so many lectures and all that, and to various other places also. But in your talk, I could see that everything has culminated, and I realized that you are the right person. Like, you're giving me everything in a concise form, like the whole thali, something like that, So I felt so grateful. And recently, after listening to these sessions, one of the very big change in me that I see is my response to my mom. Always I used to, be very openly thrashing her. You are not doing this right. You are not doing that. You don't know how to talk. Of course, she is like quite naive and innocent, like, but so she will say something that will hurt others, something. So now the major change in me is I started to accept that. So last time when she was saying something very unpleasant, I thought, okay, so because I don't want to simply correct her, so I thought this time let me be calm. And this actually triggered her not to blow that issue up, and she also became calm. So that change was, I felt very surprised. It stopped. And so
It was a realization. Oh,
I thought that, yes.
if I change, that's changing kind of thing.
Yes, something can become so small, and with only those words only it got hurt. Otherwise, it will be a very big action. It will go on for 1 hour or 2 hours. But that was only for that 1 minute. And just with my acceptance, and I did not feel hurt also. Because I was accepting wholeheartedly, she's my mom, let us say it is okay. Like that. So it did not hurt me also. And things will. So this is one major change that I'm seeing in me.
Yeah,
So
I can totally be in
So-
your place and then understand this. Yeah, definitely.
so thank you so much. I'll be listening to all your sessions again, if not directly, because this is today's holiday. So I'm like, I
No
made sure எப்படியாவது I want to come and attend the live session. But otherwise, I'm very happy to take your recordings also. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you is not a word at all.
Constantly hearing and then coming here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, me, Smita. I'm really, really very grateful for all these classes. I know I've been having a lot of breakdowns in my home because of my children, my husband, my father-in-law. But this class really helped me, and especially after, I think, because of chanting, I got into this Arvind sir's classes, and he always say acceptance, right? He also keeps telling Kabule, Kabule, Kabule. Accept that Kabule, my children are sleeping late. It's really okay. Kabule, my husband is He gets irritated. So now nowadays I started applying that, right? So it's giving me today also since 2 days. When my children are, my daughter is not waking up. She was on mobile because every day I get irritated. Early morning you're in mobile and all. Today, since 2 days I've not been telling, and so it's so much of peace. And it's really okay. Let them do whatever they wish to do. And yeah, yesterday, of course, I told you about my incidents with my father-in-law. Somehow I got the courage because the courage you always tell me how to overcome out of the comfort zone and all. But yeah, I had to tell. Yeah, it only took me 5 hours. 3:30 I was supposed to talk, and at 9:30 I spoke. Somehow I managed to get that courage. No, I have to do it. I have to come out of my comfort zone. I have to because we had to take a call to go to Jaipur or not. So somehow, and especially, and my father, especially my husband also, if he gets irritated, I also get irritated and I give him back. But today he got irritated. Nowadays, whenever I get irritated, I just keep my mouth shut. It's really okay. I accept him. I just keep telling. So this has brought really peace of mind. And my father also, he eats whatever he eats. Earlier, I used to get upset. Why he's not understanding? It is for his health and everything. Now when I tell my sister says he eats all this, I said it's really okay. Let him eat whatever he wishes to do. Because I've seen my mother's time. I was very very rigid during a cancer healing. So this time I said no. It's really okay. What happens? If we fall sick or anything, anyway we are there to serve. Probably it was meant to do that. I say. So the acceptance has come. Yeah. I think there are so many incidents that the acceptance has come. And I'm at so much of peace actually.
Yeah.
That-
Like you have a
that's-
tool in your hand that you exactly know how to use. At least
Yeah.
not if I don't have tools, at least I know I can get back to chanting and then a tool will appear in my hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's like because of lack of clarity only we sort of become sad. But then when the clarity is there, it's okay. Even if we are willing to work hard, we will be able to work hard.
Yeah. That chanting thing helped me, yeah. Because even though every day I'm writing gratitudes, yeah, still I was feeling very uneasy. But the chanting thing, I think that has got me clarity. Not much, but still I'm taking one step I say. So yeah, it has helped me to get that clarity, to become calmer and to accept things the way it is. नहीं तो I was feeling anxious. ये भी नहीं हो रहा है, वो भी नहीं हो रहा है, बेटी की शादी का भी नहीं हो रहा है, घर का भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, पापा का भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. What to do? मतलब we had to go to Jaipur or not? जयपुर का घर का भी नहीं हो रहा है. So many things in my mind, you know. But now I think no. And especially today's session, hearing all that, I said no. I have to calm myself, accept the things when it has to come, it will come. करके when the things has to come. And especially Roshni करते हैं ना, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
allow it. Just think
Yeah.
that it's none of these are yours. Ghar bhi, the house is also not yours. The children are also not yours. Nothing is yours. You are just here. If he tells you to do something, you will do. It's all God's. So when he wants, let him make me do. Why should I bother? Why should I be the project manager of everything? Why should I break my head? So when just allow it to go, and then he will make you do it. Suddenly, when clarity will come, and then you'll do. Who brings those things to your head? That also you should be able to say, it's not me. So in the whole journey, you will eventually, at some point, you will realize, oh my God, I am not even anybody in this journey. Neither I'm thinking, neither I'm actually doing because the energy is making me do. Neither I am the person who's enjoying because he's the one who's bringing the outcomes and then also giving me a state of mind to either enjoy or not enjoy. So what is my role in this whole thing? It's just a puppet. It's just a dummy kind of thing. And in this journey, all I'm learning is when I go along with that person who is taking me wherever he wants to go, along the way, I'm getting immense satisfaction. I'm getting immense joy. I'm getting immense this, immense that, and all that. That's all. So we are just learning to let go and go with him wherever he takes me, kind of thing. Yeah. Thank you, Anju.
Thank you so much.
Hema?
Thanks a lot, Smita, for the wonderful sessions. So it's been a great journey. Learned a lot, but it's been very difficult to apply at that very moment when the triggers are happening. So it's yet I'm trying to apply whatever comes to my mind. But yeah, again, I have to go through all your sessions one by one. But wonderful learning.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just remember that you may not have clarity when you're actually on the battlefield.
Correct, correct.
Maybe
At
after
that very
you
moment, like, it doesn't strike. You are in your own, again, the same thing keeps coming. But later on, I realize, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. So,
it has to become your second nature. Until then, on the battlefield, if you have to apply, you should have practiced that in multiple sessions.
correct.
So we have to wait for that practice session to actually make you like Arjun. Like
Right.
actually be that Dhanurdhar whose God is with you kind of thing.
Correct. So my biggest post is my son. So I have a tough time working with him. Let's see.
Same
I
thing with
hope.
you also, I
Yeah.
would say, with whatever I told Valliammai. Same.
Yeah.
If you want that kind of clarity soon,
Correct.
because exams and all are coming. If you want that soon,
Yeah.
you should up your game.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
You should be willing to give yourself that yeah, I can't do anything to him, but I can bring clarity to myself immediately kind of thing. Yeah,
Right.
in 1 month of like rigid 3 hours kind of thing, you will actually see clarity.
So here I should not react at all at whatever he is doing. Like I
Whatever
should
is your
just
second nature will keep happening.
Ah,
You can't change
right.
that. But you
Right.
keep doing your 3 hour work
Yeah.
parallel.
Yeah. Correct.
Don't get upset about, oh, why did I shout? I already know this, gyan, all of that. No, that was
Yeah.
not your second nature yet, which is why all of that happened. And
Correct.
let it go. Yeah,
Hmm.
somebody made it happen. So I can't help it. So it's already gone. You are not the doer. Whatever
Right.
second nature you had already still, rather, whatever was your nature, only you did there.
Correct.
Right? If your nature had to be something else which you wished for, it has not happened yet.
Hmm.
For that, your homework is more important. Keep doing your homework. Over
Right.
time, you'll be able to show that there.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
You will actually see that as you keep doing this homework, right? This 3 hours of work that you're telling.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You'll be able to see yourself doing it
Hmm.
and be surprised about it also. That
Yeah.
kind of awareness that you will be getting on the fly immediately.
Hmm.
But even if you have not practiced also, that awareness would have come with that 3 hour work. That
Correct.
is the
Correct.
beauty.
Correct.
See, either
Okay.
experience can teach you and make your second nature,
Yeah. Yeah.
or the energy will teach you.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So what is faster? Energy will teach you.
Energy. Yeah.
Why? Because
Right.
you're willing to put that work, hard work.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
In that
Correct.
hard work also, it's not easy. You were working with your ego. Your ego is trying to tell you, run away from here. But you're
Right.
willing to sit there. You're in surrender. You're practicing. You're in patience. All of that there also you're learning. It's not
Right.
like, oh, you're escaping from this, so you're escaping from experience. So energy anyway, aram say, I'm going to sit and chant. It's okay. It's
Correct. Correct.
no, that is also not easy. That is also not easy. But there it's
Right.
better to sit and do it by yourself
Yeah. Right. Right.
rather
Right.
than like having one interactive thing.
Correct. 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 Correct.
You'll anyway, in
Yeah.
my opinion, I think that is far more
Yeah.
less challenging if you ask me.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
up your game. You will see.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
difference. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Narmada, anything from your side? I like your name, Jeeva Narmada. I've never heard of such a
Thank
name. Very nice.
thank you so much, Akka. All the sessions were so enlightening, and I'm so grateful to you for the session. Now every day is a great learning experience for me. I have realized that it is easier for me to be aware when there are uncomfortable situations, but when I'm neutral, I'm like a little unconscious. Now, whenever something overwhelming happens, or when there is some pause, sometimes I react and sometimes I respond. Whenever I react, after some time, and I sit with myself and write what beliefs I have to have this experience. And after that, I completely accept myself for having those things and pay gratitude to the universe and God to make me aware of those triggers within me. And I say to myself that I allow myself to give space to whatever comes within me. And that feels very nice when you accept everything. There is no conflict within me. And I know I'm not 100% perfect, but it is a journey, and I intend to continue with it. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for putting me in this journey, Akka.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Well said. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Roshni, Gitanjali, Hemalata, and Manasa. If you all want to share anything, do you all want to share anything? Yeah,
Hi,
Manasa.
ma'am. Yeah, I'm just improving a lot in myself. Whenever I have a question, I open certain class, I get an answer.
Wow. See, that's the beauty.
And then if I don't get a answer also, I keep repeating my question in my mind, and I get answer somehow.
See, that's the best part. That's the best thing, which is what we are actually all getting into. Answers are not outside of us. It's actually inside us. We are just making our we are improving our state of being so that we can get that clarity inside only. And it's all there. It will come. It will come when we are willing to remove all of that negativity, that not negative, it's not more of negativity, it's more of that rigidity that we have, good, bad labels that we have put, the preferences, I like this, I don't like this kind of thing, right? Wanting to make some things happen. All of that, when we drop, then there will be space for that answers to be heard. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you said that to write gratitude for others, madam. To know about myself, like dislike, I can write gratitude for myself, right, madam.
You can write gratitude for yourself also. You do so much of work now. You may have be cook, you will be probably cooking, you'll be taking care of children. You need to appreciate yourself also. For
No,
all,
I went for
including
myself mode. I
all the
want to learn.
decisions that you're taking, all of this that you told me, right? That is also a good thing that you're doing. You should, wow, yeah, Manasa, you're thinking of so nicely. All of that, you should actually appreciate yourself.
I'm feeling good. I'm once knowing everything. I am in confused state at sometimes, and then later I'm realizing every day I'm learning so much. Every day I will think I want to ask some question, but then I'm something is not. I'm not able to ask the question.
You'll automatically get the answer.
No.
Are you automatically getting the answer for that? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now I'm able to.
No, you said that I ask a question. Are you automatically able to get the answer for that?
No, I'm still I did not get answer, but I'm feeling like I want to wait for the answer to come.
Very good, very good. Yeah. See,
I want to improve myself.
If the answer is at this frequency, but you are here you asked a question, it will come because your satisfaction level, when if you have to get, it will be here. When you keep doing chanting and all of that, when you come here, no, automatically one day you'll be taking bath and automatically that answer is going to come.
Yeah. What you said, that is what in my mind. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah. Just keep sending those questions. Whenever answer is there, it will come. Ready, it will come. Okay. Thank you, Manasa.
Thank you, ma'am.
Roshni, Gitanjali.
Yes, Smita, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here, and something is happening inside. No, something is stirred inside. And myself and Gitanjali, we were reading again the Divine Design, and getting so many answers yesterday, and we're so clear. Yes, but it is an ongoing process, as you said. We have to keep moving. I just figured out one thing, just that we just have to be in the present moment, being aware, and just go with the flow of life. No judgments, nothing. Just go with the flow of life and take every moment as it comes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all is my understanding as of now. So much more clarity maybe we receive as and when we move and we proceed. And your recordings are really helping, Smita. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Even Divine Design, you said you're reading the book, right?
Yeah, we were revising that book. No, myself and Gitanjali, we were revising. Yesterday we completed. And a little bit what we could...
questions there, no? the recordings of Divine Design, as per chapter, I have the recording. So
Yeah.
some
We
doubt.
both have attended that.
Oh, you
The
attended.
second time we were just reading again, you know. So whatever, like we were just understanding little bit. But
Yeah.
it is, yes, I know, like as you said today, life is easy. Why do we complicate it? No, our mind we complicate it, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, Gitanjali, you are laughing about something.
The last few weeks, one side your class is going on, and then we had thought we'll do, like, see, the concept of a book reading itself. First time I did it was when y'all did the book, and it was so interesting in the sense. So we both decided we'll redo the book. So it was more like we'll read and we'll talk to each other, then we'll go forward with it. So it's taken us a couple of weeks, and yesterday like she said, we finished. But in this whole, it's like a journey, So we realize that the universe is keeping on giving us things which are connected to our, like you said, whether it's the vibration or whatever, that when we are reaching one place, when we are almost there, then the next thing comes. Like earlier, I have not attended Shambhala properly, ma'am. So, but in this last 1 week, I used to sleep off actually. And I remember asking you also, why is it I sleep off? But these last 3-4 days and all, I've been sitting through from 5 to 8 o'clock. And it has made a difference. I cannot say it outside, like I can't say what it is. But somewhere, like you said, when you're when you do the chanting, again, like I said, I don't know from where the chanting, Yashu ma'am's class, so I attended. All of it together has let me, I think, find those answers for many things. But in that journey, it started with you, Yeah, and I can't tell you that this was what happened or that. But you, like you said, as you keep listening to other people, it's one thing I realized is certain experiences, no, ma'am. I may not have experienced that in my family, but when you read it, or when you hear the other person say it, it's like you're also experiencing it, no? In like you said, in 3D dimension, if you're going to go through n number of experiences, I need not actually go through it myself, but through this sharing and being part of this group, like this collective, like thing, what you say, you go through it and then you get clarity in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this, like, see, like you brought up this thing about acceptance and see, I may have understood acceptance in a different way, but this is a different perspective itself, which I would not have gone through by just but the very fact that I've been brought here because Anju only, I don't know if you know Smita ma'am, Anju, Roshni, myself, Beena Girish and Sunita are all college mates.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I mean, we are on our school group. So she had put it there. Then first 1 or 2, Roshni and I joined. Now this time Beena and Suni joined. So, like, I don't know. I look at it always as somewhere that collective is there, right? So, but in that progress as a spiritual thing, it is maybe we were meant to be part of this. So this may not be, I mean, whether it makes sense or not to others, but I look at it that yes, something was there to be learned, which has come from this. You can't quantify it and say, okay, it's like this or like that. But each of us has had a learning through attending these sessions from the book reading. No, Smita, it's been it's like certain things you're stuck, but you're not able to even put it in words sometimes.
So true.
And there are certain things like you will be like reading something, you'll get a doubt, then it's stuck. You don't find an answer to it. But when you read that particular book, it will, okay, like you said, suddenly you remember, okay, this and that you're connecting. And so in that way, I think you've been part of our journey for us.
Thank you so much.
We say that. So even in the future, when you bring up something, yes, we will be there, or I don't know, if we are meant to be with you in that, we will also be there.
As of now, I'm planning to just continue this only.
Yes.
So that because we are all in this journey to constantly keep working on our triggers and all that. And then we have so many different flavors of triggers that keep coming. So the more we keep talking about it, the more we keep discussing it, the more I think we'll just get better and better and better in this
Yes,
skill.
because I can't go and ask. If you look at most of the questions on this group, it's not that something you'll go and ask somebody else. They may not. They'll think we've all lost our nuts or something like.
Yeah,
I'm saying
you
this
can't actually.
collective here. It is people who have a similar way of thinking actually at the base, where they ask these questions to themselves. It's there. You cannot say. It's just that it's being awakened in them in a particular way. So you're trying to find the answers. Then you find your own flock, and then it's coming out. If the clarity is coming, it's because you have been having these questions in your mind somewhere.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing all this. Thank you. Okay, we will wind up the class. Thank you so much. Next week we'll again start with basics. Okay. Chalo. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Stay blessed.
Thank you so much, Smita. Thank you so
We
much.
did the prayer. Okay. Did we do the prayer? Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, you've done.